to Justice the story.
Right.
Okay. So Justice, take it away. In fact, I invited quite a number of my Ugandan friends to listen to this story because they will relate very well with it. Justice?
Okay, allow me to share my screen. Just a minute. Okay. Okay. There we go. Okay. Yes. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Happy to talk to you today. My name is Justus Muhumuza, and I live in Kampala, Uganda. I've been in this business for quite some time. I was invited about 14 years ago. By that time, I was a student at Makerere University. Though by the time I was invited, I had just requested for a dead year because my mother didn't have money to keep me in school. I want to start by thanking Mr. Pascal for taking us through this amazing presentation, because the very first time when I came in, I was taken through the same presentation. And quite a number of people gave testimonies. Some of them were students. Others were doing it past time. There were doctors, engineers, farmers, so many people of different calibers were sharing their testimonies on how Neolife had been able to change their lives. And one thing that I got from the meeting, I remember I told myself that if these people could be able to make it, I think I could also be able to make it as well. In fact, by the end of the presentation, I was telling myself that if I could only achieve about 10% of what has been talked about today, I think I'll be a grateful and very happy man. I didn't know that I had actually made a decision of joining Neolife. I didn't know I had made a decision that was going to completely change my whole entire life. Not only me as a person, but my family, my friends, my relatives. So many people have been able to change their lives because I took the decision to be part of the Neolife family. When I got started, I was told to do quite a number of things to use the products. Well, I didn't start by using the products because I also didn't even have the money to buy the products. I started using the products way much later, because even the 60 to $100 Mr. Pascal has talked about, I actually had to borrow it for me to be able to start in this business. I couldn't call home because they also didn't have the money to give me, and they were not even going to believe in what I was going to start. But then when I borrowed this money and got I started by recommending the products and then attending meetings. So many things were able to change in my life. I loved the fact that by simply recommending people to use these products, I would be able to make profits on a daily basis. You know, ever since the time I got started, by the time I joined, sometimes as a student, even getting 3 meals was difficult. Getting accommodation was difficult, getting transport. In short, I would say I was struggling with basic needs as a student at age 20. But then when I started recommending these products, profits started coming in. I started affording small things, like affording 3 meals, and even going to even a little bit much better places that I would go to before, affording airtime, affording to buy a shirt for myself, to buy some trousers for myself. Those were small, they might be small things to you, but to me, they meant quite a lot to me because I could start affording them. And then I remember in my very first month, because I was told that in this business, I have the freedom of being my own boss. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening in today, I want you to mark that. New life gives you the freedom of being your own boss. You decide how much you want to earn. You decide your promotion. I remember the questions I was asking when I was getting started were questions like, okay, people are doing it past time. So how about me who is going to do it full time? Can't I be paid more? Can't I grow a little bit faster? And you know, in my very first month, I remember I built a team of 19 people who are using the products. And the company, I became a senior manager, not even a manager. I became a senior manager straight away. My income that month was about $120, both in terms of commissions and profits as well. Because in this business, you have an opportunity of earning two different types of income: the profits from your customers and the commission that you earn at the end of the month. So my very first month, my income was about $120. In Ugandan shilling, that was about almost about 450,000, which was very good income. It gave me a lot of hope. It made me feel like I had made a great decision. It made me feel like it was actually possible for me to become director and even start earning bigger income. And I actually remember from my first month, I adjusted my goals and said, I want to become a director in 3 months, because I was told that everything begins at director. I worked so hard. My team kept on growing. My product users kept on growing, because I was also made clear from the start that your income grows as your network of people using products grows bigger. 6 months down the road, I became a director. My income rose to about $500. In Ugandan today, a director will earn an income of between 1,500,000 all the way to 3.5 million shillings a month. Now, I got into that bracket after 6 months of doing the business. Ladies and gentlemen, to someone who had joined, who had lost hope, who had quit school because of tuition, that income would be able to get me back to school. Well, I didn't start school then because we were already in the middle of the semester. I had to wait until the other semester started. But then I kept on building the business. And then, as you know, when I became director, I started when I was very young, by the way. I was very young. I didn't even have beards. And you know, when people became, when I became director, people on my team said, Justus, as young as you are, as small as you are, if you can become a director, we too can become directors. By the time I was turning 1 year and 1 month, 3 people on my team were directors. And as I was promoted to a level we call world team member. In fact, that month is actually one of my best months, because I even remember that month there was an incentive that was across East Africa. And they're saying that the best director in the whole of East Africa, on top of their income, my commission that month was about $1,200, which was about 4,500,000. But then on top of that, because I was the best director in the whole of East Africa, the company added me another bonus check of 6 million shillings, because I was the best director in the whole of East Africa. I remember withdrawing that money because I cashed the checks. And you know, because I was very young, I remember it took me 3 days for me to withdraw that money, because they asked me, are you sure this is your account? They made me to sign several times because they would not believe that at 21 years, someone would earn income of over 10 million shillings. Now that was very good. It gave me a lot of hope. In fact, I remember that is the month where I say, you know what? I will go back to school and study, but looking for a job is never going to be a priority. It's never going to be any of my goals. I will study, but I am going to do New Life for the rest of my life. And you know, I kept on doing the business. I kept on building the business, developing more directors, developing more wealthy members. My income kept on growing and becoming bigger and bigger. Now, when the business was growing, I remember I was about in my second year. And then, you know, I had always been inspired by people becoming wealthy members and driving their own cars. Now, I love cars. I really love cars. I bought my first car, not actually bought. I imported my very first car. I have never driven a car that I buy from Uganda. Every single time I want to buy cars, I always love to import these cars because I love the whole entire experience that you go through as you import cars. Those are some now, those are my two cars that I drive currently. All of two of them are actually SUVs. I love them. Sometimes I wake up in the morning and I'm confused of which car to drive. And I just decide to drive any of them because they are all always fully fueled. I imported my very first car as a second year student. And then my life kept on getting better and better and better. I even started investing in land. Today, as we speak, I have 23 land titles in my home. Sometimes when I'm a little bit stressed, I just get all my titles and splash them on my bed. And then I look at how rich I am, how successful I've been able to come. And then I keep my titles and I'm back in my normal mode to do my business. This is a very wonderful business. Around 2011, it was so unfortunate we lost our dad. And when we lost our dad, I am a firstborn in a family of 7, in a family of 8. Interestingly, I don't know how it comes about, but at my home, the very intelligent people. And then we didn't have money. The same way how I was chased out of school is the same way how my brothers and sisters were also being chased. On the left-hand side, that is my daughter. She's called Indy. And then my son called Muhumuza. Now, my son, the school he goes to, I now pay an average of 1,000 US dollars, just school fees alone, for him to go to school. All that money comes from New Life. My sister, who also just finished exams last month, doing electrical engineering at Chambogo University. My sister also finished a pharmacist. She's now a pharmacist, all out of New Life. My brother is a doctor, all out of New Life, and in the best universities, Makerere University, Chambogo University. My other 2 sisters that follow me, one of them did business administration at Makerere University. Another one did Bachelor of International Business at UCU University. All that money comes out of the New Life. My mother didn't study so much. She doesn't have a well-paying job. I actually don't remember if she's ever been employed because she doesn't have the qualifications. All she's ever always done is businesses, but small businesses. But courtesy of New Life, my family is doing great and my family is going places simply because of the money that we've been able to earn out of New Life. And I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening to my story today, I want to tell you that there is hope. There is hope that your life can also be able to change as well. There is hope that you can change the lives of those people around you, courtesy of New Life. I think my greatest achievement out of New Life has been my family, because today they are all happy. Their attitudes are great, very positive, simply because New Life has made it possible. Now talk about the travel. You know, by the time I joined in New Life, I had even never had a chance to be at Entebbe International Airport. Never. To do what? What if I am kidnapped? And you know, when I just joined the business, the meeting I was invited to, people had just returned from London from celebrating 50 years. I remember one of the testimony that inspired me most was this guy called Jesse Aineviona. You know, Jesse Aineviona was demonstrating how he was moving around the airport with his bags and all that, the whole experience. And then how they reached in London, how it was beautiful it was. And me, I was touching on my cheek like this, and I'm like, okay. So now I travel to London to see who. What if I get lost there? How will my mother look for me? Those were the kind of questions I was asking myself. But you know, when I became a World member, my first trip was in 2009. That was in Zanzibar. That same year, we also went to Windsor Canyon Golf Club. And then from Windsor Canyon Golf Club, we went to from Johannesburg in South Africa for the Ruby orientation. And then followed, we went to Victoria Falls in Zambia. And then the trips kept on coming every year, trips and trips, trips and trips, trip and trips. Today, I'm at a level whereby at least I will be out of Uganda 3 times every single year to go and enjoy myself, to go and have fun. You know, when I was joining this business, I used to look at traveling and I'm like, in fact, my attitude was, why doesn't the company put two provisions? Those who want to travel can travel. Those who don't want to travel should be given the money. But let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, today I am one of the people who loves traveling passionately. I love traveling passionately. As I speak right now, we are actually, and you know, with this kind of traveling is very beautiful. You even have chances of making international friends. You have opportunities of, you have chances of meeting people who are in areas where you'd love to be, you know? Associating with people like Charlie Bolton. I see people like Isaac Ndungu and this being my friends. You know, it's quite fun and quite inspiring and quite interesting. You know, New Life takes you from being an ordinary person to being an extraordinary person. From living a normal life to living an extraordinary life. Honestly, if I knew that New Life would actually give me this kind of life, I think from right off from when I joined, I would have worked 10 times harder than I worked today. So New Life is a very good opportunity, very good opportunity. I mean, last year we were in Zimbabwe, Durban, South Africa. Right now, as we speak, we're just warming up, you know, because Istanbul is calling. Today, I received a call from office and they were telling me, you know, now, you know, you're traveling with your mother. Do you want to share accommodation? No. Give her own room. I want to also have my own room. You know, I want to sit in those big Bensons like for 3 hours. You know, I enjoy the near lifestyle. You know, when you start traveling, that is when you know that actually life is good. And this life is not just, it's not designed for a few people, no. Even you yourself, you can enjoy this kind of life. I have seen people who even never went to school. I have seen people who never went to school enjoy this kind of lifestyle. I have seen people who don't even know how to write their name, and they are also enjoying this kind of lifestyle. With the New Life, like Pascal said, it's an equal opportunity for all. All you have to do is to just come with your dreams. Let's help you achieve all these dreams. Let's help you travel. Let's help you make money. I love the fact that New Life has also given me an opportunity to rise other leaders, to mentor other leaders. In fact, today, together with the team, our mission is to rise entrepreneurs to reach their full potential. All these guys you see here, the world team members. This month, we are developing another world team member. You know, we are developing directors. We are mentoring as many as possible. It is possible. Join the business. Let's work together. Let's see how we can be able to change your life as well. Talking about investment, You know, we've attended so many mentorship trainings, mentorship meetings. Today, I am working on this project because I want to be collecting rent of about 10,000 US dollars by the time I am 45 years. I'm now 34 years, turning 35 this year. But my goal is to make sure that by the time I hit 45, I am no longer working for money, but money is working for me. I want to be collecting rent. I love real estate. That's why from 2012, my goal was to buy land every single year. I get my commissions, I pay school fees for my brothers and sisters. I live a good life. I drive beautiful cars, but also at the same time, I am saving money. I'm buying land, investing, you know. By 2030, I want to have these apartments, collect money, enjoying good life. You know, and the beauty is, I have seen so many people do it. I have seen people earn commissions of 100,000 US dollars. I've seen people earn commissions of 200, 300,000 US dollars. I have seen them. And that is why I confidently know that as long as I work, as long as I give it my very best, I can also be able to achieve these things. So ladies and gentlemen, I know this is possible. I know you can do it. It has worked for me, and I know it can work for you. Let us rise in 2023. It is very, very possible. It's very possible. We can do it. I have done it. Many people have done it, and I know you can do it as well. Back to you, Mr. Pascal.
Justice, thank you so much for that wonderful story. I am sure the people, I can see the comments that people are sending on the screen. They're really fantastic. Thank you so much for your testimony. I think for anybody who's listening to this story, there shouldn't be doubt in your mind if the business works or not. The question is, are you willing to do it? That is really the question for you. Because after you hear such a story, there's really no excuse to say, let me think about it. The thing is, you need to say, yes, I want to do the business. Justice, we really appreciate you sharing your story with us. And I'm sure the guests who are here today, they also wish they had invited their friends to listen to that story. That I'm absolutely sure. Thank you very much, Justice. So those of you who are guests, some of the services that the company offers you when you start the business is the use of technology, online services. If you want to order products, you can order the products online. If you want to register new distributors and build a team, you can do it online. If you want to, the moment you register with a company, you get what is called your back office. That is, the company creates for you a personalized website where you can refer your customers and your prospective promoters to have a look at your website. Training is done locally and internationally by online services. I mean, there are people from several countries attending this meeting today. Delivery of products, every market the company is doing business, they get local courier companies to deliver products to our customers and distributors. Payment is done online by electronic funds transfer and by mobile money, both payment for bonuses and payment for products by different customers and distributors. So the company takes full advantage of technology. You remember, just as I was talking to you about traveling, last year we had the East African Convention in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. And this event really changed people's life because now they see a bigger vision on what the business can do. That was the same meeting in Dar es Salaam. In Southern Africa, we met in Pretoria, South Africa, for people to share experience and have motivation to build a business bigger. How do you get started in the business? If you're a guest, go back to the person who invited you. They'll give you an application form to fill. You pay your initial registration, which is it's actually the investment, initial cash investment you put in your business. In South Africa, it's between 830 and 2,810. In Kenya is 8,000 or 10,000 shillings. Nigeria is 24,500 or 31,500 naira. In Tanzania is 153,000 or 190,000 Tanzania shillings. In Uganda is 225,000 or 273,000 Uganda shillings. In USA is 75 US dollars. In Togo is 43,500 or 58,500 francs CFA. Italy is 64 euros. Ghana is 493 cedis or 788 Ghanaian cedis. In Cameroon is 56,000 or 68,000 francs CFA. So this is what you need to make your initial investment in the business. The rest is sweat equity. Okay? A friend of mine called it salt and water. When you work hard to grow your business, what do you need to succeed? Remember, success always begins with a decision. A decision, yes, I want to do the business, or no, I'm not interested, or I have questions. If you don't make a decision, there'll be no success. So the first, in fact, a friend of mine, I think it's Alan, who says, you will miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So if you're a guest, step number one, make a decision. Once you've made a decision, you need to have a dream. You need to have a desire. What do you want to achieve? What have you always wanted, but you couldn't get it for whatever reason it is? The first step is having a dream, a desire. The second one is to be teachable. Know what you need to do and what you need to know. You need to find out what you need to know and do. You need to be teachable. Most people who join the business joined with little or no experience. The third is you need to work hard. You need guts, you need discipline, you need persistence. In fact, the key thing about this business is persistence. This is not a sometime business. It's a part-time business, yes, but not a sometime business. In fact, something I'd like to share with the people who are considering to join the business. The question is, are you interested in the business or are you committed? What is the difference? The difference is this. When you're interested in the business, the first excuse that comes, you don't do the business. Oh, it's raining. Oh, I don't have money. I'm not sure. Those are people who are interested. The people who are committed don't make an excuse, because in our business, you either make an excuse or you make money, but you can't do both. Then you need to have faith in your sponsor. You need to have faith in yourself. You need to have the faith in the company. If you have these things going for you, you're going to be very successful. Your next step, get together with the person who invited you. They'll show you a path, or they'll guide you how to become successful. So ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank all of you very much for attending this session with us. Justice, thank you so much for your wonderful presentation. It inspires me to say that I'm starting the business again once I listen to your testimony. And all those dreams of real estate, good dreams. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Good night and God bless you.